Violence existed in both Native American and European societies, but was one side more brutal than the other. Some argue that certain native tribes engaged in warfare, torture, and ritual killings that were as savage, if not more so, than European conquests. Others counter that European brutality was systematic, driven by colonization, and far more destructive in scale. Pre-colonial native societies had complex war traditions. Tribes, like the Comanche and Apache, were fierce warriors, known for raids and brutal treatment of captives. Some indigenous cultures practiced ritualized torture and human sacrifice, as seen in the Aztec Empire. However, these conflicts were often localized and did not seek total extermination of entire peoples. European colonization introduced industrial-scale brutality. The Spanish, English, and French engaged in mass enslavement, biological warfare, and genocidal policies. The Trail of Tears, Wounded Knee, and the destruction of entire native nations highlight the extreme violence used to eliminate indigenous peoples. Historian David Stannard calls it the most massive act of genocide in world history. The key difference is intent. While native warfare was often about territory and revenge, European expansion was driven by the goal of conquest and control. The doctrine of discovery justified the taking of indigenous lands, leading to centuries of ethnic cleansing. In contrast, native wars rarely aimed at wiping out entire cultures. So, were some native tribes more brutal than Europeans? The answer depends on how we define brutality. Native warfare could be gruesome, but European colonization was a sustained campaign of destruction. Perhaps the real question is, why are indigenous peoples still scrutinized for their conflicts, while European atrocities are so often excused?